here we are once again. The time of year when I take a moment to look back over the channel over the year and have a look at some of my best bits and just talk about what's happened and reminiscence and just have a review. How's it going, guys and gals? My name is Sergeant Beckett and welcome to a 2022 review of Sergeant Beckett. And I know I said this in last year's one, but what a year this has been for me. In more ways than one. I mean, for starters, in terms of growth for the channel. In last year's video, if you look at that, if you remember in that video, I was at 111 subscribers when I made that video. And that was just when my channel was starting to kick off. Just when it was starting just when my channel was starting to kick off. And now, a year later, we're here at 438 subscribers as of recording this video, which is the 26th of November. All because of one video. We'll get to that in a second. Now, before we get into the video, there's a few things I want to say. First of all, last year I know I did, obviously last year I changed up the way I was doing the video montage over the year. Because obviously last year I did it, the original end of year video went on for way too fucking long. And even still, when I made when I rejigged the montage video, it was still a half-an-hour video, and it did still kind of drag a little bit. So this year, depending on how long this video is, I may include it in. I may make it as one whole video with the review first, and then the montage at the end of the video. Or it'll be a case of I make a small, maybe 10-15 minute or however long it does turn out to be, video of the video montage that will come after this one. I don't know. It'll work one way or another. I don't know. And that's how it tends to be on this channel. I tend to do things, not know what will work, and if something works, great. If it doesn't work, I do something different. I don't know. But I just wanted to make a note of that because something I did talk about last year, and a friend of mine I did talk about it in college with a friend of mine, and he did make some suggestions. So yeah, that's gonna be done a little differently this year. I didn't actually explain how differently, which I will do now. It's not. I'm not doing a massive like montage of all my videos from the entire year. I'm never doing that again. Like I think like I said in the last video, not only because it was just fucking boring to do, like to have to remember every time I make a video to put it onto the project file. But I mean, given what my DaVinci Resolve is like now, that video would be horrible to do. Cause my DaVinci Resolve right now does this thing where, I mean, at first it was fine. Then it did a thing that any video over that was an hour long or longer or near that sort of time would like lag professionally. The project, the whole project file system would lag. Now it's just everything lags, which is annoying. But yeah, if I did that now, that would just be horrible to work with. But also, it's obviously the fact I think I did say that they did drag on a bit and everything else. So I'm gonna shorten it down. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna probably do like a top 10 videos with some honorable mentions as well that I think are worth mentioning. So yeah. Anyway, that's that said. Now, one of the things that for this year that's helped me a lot. I honestly don't. What did it used to be? Hold on. So yeah, on the start of the year, I decided I had a bit of an upload schedule. I did, which was 4 videos every week, which would be 4 videos every weekend. Now, how I did that through the year that it was, I don't fucking know, but somehow I managed it. But one thing that I definitely had to change this year, or adapt to, was burnout. I probably did. I think I mentioned this earlier in the year when it happened, but I did encounter my first ever YouTube burnout. Because I was making all these videos. I also had college as well. I was making all these videos, and I was doing it in a way that I had to do 4 uploads every weekend. It was fine for a minute because a lot of the content was varied, so I wasn't editing the same thing all the time. Until I got to the point where that changed, and then it started to get a bit much for me. And yeah, so just got to the point where I could not do anymore. Now, normally with this sort of situation with creators, they would normally take a break from YouTube for a bit and recalibrate themselves and then come back. I didn't feel I could do that though. Because obviously at the time it was still in the time when I was my channel was growing pretty quickly. I was like racing I was going up through the subscriber count was constantly going up, and it was going at a like gradual pace. I didn't want to lose that, so I thought to myself, I have to do something without damaging or affecting the count that badly. Which is why I came to the conclusion to do 2 videos every fortnight, every 2 weeks, and it has really improved. It has helped me so much, and it's enabled me to be able to keep doing this stuff, but take my time with it a little more. Now, going back to our previous subject, even when I was talking about the subscriber, the count, the channel growth that I had, a massive one. Because one of the next things on my list here is comparing 2 videos that were both my most popular videos at different points. So, last year when I made the first Beckett Reacts video, I believe it was, yeah, I think so, yeah. Kanzuk was, I think it was one of, if not one of my most viewed videos, I think. Well, there was something about it that made it like really pop out to me. But then obviously, along comes my enemy edit that I uploaded on New Year's Day on January 1st, which to start with was pretty calm, was pretty quiet. Nothing much. It was seen, but not like it wasn't seen massively. And at the time of recording last year's video, Kanzuk had, well, I don't know, okay, well, I'll put what Kanzuk had here, back then. And what it has now is this, 5.4K, which is pretty good. However, that video is now my, fucking fly again, fuck off, that video is now my fourth most viewed video, behind my third, which is my what could have been Master from Arcane, that being behind my second, being the Tyler Second for Landing video, and that being behind the first, my most popular video by a huge margin, being my Imagine Dragons Enemy Cover Remix featuring Samuel Kim, Anna Pantsu, and Krutikov music. That is the video responsible for the massive fucking blow up I had, I think, like halfway through the year. And it was the weirdest thing, because it took 3 months, because like I said, I uploaded it to January 1st, New Year's Day this year, and it took like 3 or so, or however many months, to have a kick up, and it was like, what? And the current view standing is 234,813 views. It is the one and only video I've ever done that has ever gotten 6-digit views, and I'm just astounded by it. It's amazing. It is really utterly amazing, and I thank everyone who watched that video and everyone who subscribed because of that video. I hope that those of you who watched that video and have subscribed to me since then have enjoyed other content that I've put up, because like I've said previously, I am primarily a gaming channel. That's what I mainly do, although you wouldn't really think that nowadays. But this channel was always going to be a gaming channel, and that's what's always going to be at the heart of it. And I hope that even though even though you may have subscribed because of the enemy video, I hope that my other content you do enjoy. If not, and if you only come back here for the music stuff, that's fine. That's fine. If you like that and anything else, that's entirely your up to you. Whatever. I don't know how but yeah, and like in true Sergeant Beckett fashion, I am now going to watch and relive the awesomeness that is Imagine Dragons Enemy Cover Remix, featuring Samuel Kim music, Anna Pantsu, and Krutikov music from me from the start of the year. The first video of this year that I ever posted. Let's go.
To the sound of the silence that allows for my mind to run around, with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that are told when my back is to the world. I was smiling when I turned. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. You're praying for my fall, and the laughter in the halls, and the names that I've been called. I stacked it in my mind, and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a lie. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. A chair in the corner is my place I stay. I shake and I think about the powers at play, the powers at play. And the kids in the dark are doomed for the start, and the child in the basement faces the pavement. Oh, what a statement! Love is embracement, love is a constant, love is a basis. He cannot be, she cannot be, they cannot be changed, but keep on praying. Goodbye. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. My enemy, oh the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Fade away, I swear I'll never be a sin, no way. My enemy, fade away, I swear I'll never be a sin.
Still amazing, still cool. Now, funny thing about that video, so a few people on here have said in the comments, if I can find like one. So there have been a few times that people have commented, can you do a version with the JID rap? Now here's a little thing. I did. That was how the video that was how the video originally was. 'Cause I didn't know there was another version of this. Until, I can't remember where I heard it. I think it must have been on TikTok or something, but I heard the version without the JID rap. And the minute I heard it, I was like, oh my god, I need it. I know that was where I heard it, because I was looking for other covers. And I'd heard, and obviously Anna Pantsu's version was the non-JID rap version. It didn't have the rap, so I was like, where's this part from? I don't recognize this part. But I didn't remember anything else. I thought it might have been like an improvised part, I don't know. But I then realised that upon looking for certain, after doing a bit of not looking for it, but I just came across it, and there was not a version of it without the actual rap. So I downloaded that thing, changed the other thing, and popped it in there. And so yeah, so I did originally have a version of it, but then I changed it, so yeah. But I got some pretty awesome comments on this. One of the ones I did, also one of the other ones I got was can you please put this on SoundCloud? I love the mashup and want to listen to it 24/7. Or if someone has a SoundCloud account and shares it, please give credit. Now I did, and I messaged and I replied to them, and I did try that. Bit of an issue though. It seems SoundCloud has a bit of a thing about people uploading stuff with reused content from other creators than YouTube does, because obviously YouTube's a bit more lenient, that sort of thing. I mean, I mean, there are times when like there's a certain song, for example, like Wellerman from The Longest Johns. A lot of the time that has like very like responses and reactions from it. For example, I tried to upload a video with the Longest John's Wellerman, and it was like a mashup of different Wellerman covers that I'd seen, and I wanted to upload that, but unfortunately YouTube was like, no, this song here, no, this isn't allowed. The original creators, they don't want it used. Fuck off, out of here, and it was completely blocked. But then when I uploaded the Wellerman mashup from The Longest John's and Fisherman's Friends, that was fine. But yes, but either both ways, nothing that happened to my content, like, well, apart from the times it was actually blocked. But I mean, even now, that Wellerman song that I do have up is partially blocked, but it's still somewhat visible. So yeah, but obviously, so in some cases, like, obviously YouTube's a bit more lenient with it. With me, like, I can pop a song up, and for example, I've used, like, for example, my Star Trek Morningstar snippets. They've got, I think, a few of those have had clips of other songs from other artists, and some of my Forza Horizon 4 videos have like a lot of James Bond James Bond music, and because of that, obviously they put copyright claims on there, but nothing happens to my channel. It's just all the monetization rights and all, like, the proceeds from that video and the views they get goes to people who own it and stuff. So yeah, but I did try it, but it didn't like it because obviously it took it down. I got many different comments, like, saying things like that it was an excellent combo, that this combo featured versions of the song from all their favorite artists, which was really cool. But one of my favorites was from a guy called, from an account called Bury the Light, which was when season 2 comes out, they have to use this. They have to use this. This is so melodic and epic, and give you the feeling that things are about to get crazy. Now, it was the fact that they said that they called it melodic. It was the fact that they called it melodic and epic, and I was like, oh, thank you. That feels really official. That was a really cool video that was one of my favorite videos to this day that I still love. Now, I'm just gonna go through a few other things before I go on to basically looking through the channel. There we go. For one of those being a few things I want to say about the Star Trek Online series. I've been a bit I've stopped doing the series a little bit recently, because the problem with the Star Trek Online series is that I've played that game for so many years now, and I played every mission so many times that it's just become a bit like repetitive and stuff. And the issue with that is that it gets a bit boring to play, and I don't really want to play that much. And because of that, obviously that hindered my interest to play the series and stuff. And yeah, I really am gonna try. I won't be doing it as often, but I will try and continue to record it, because it is a nice sort of series that I do like, that is cool to do. But it's a lot of repetitiveness, and yeah, so I will do it still, but I'm not gonna do it as frequently because it gets a little bit tedious every once in a while to play. So the last two things on my list are about the same thing. So first of all, I mentioned this already in a previous video, my Battlefield, one of my Battlefield 5 videos, either my Battlefield 5 video or my Battlefield 2042 video. One of the two. I mentioned that there will be a time, and I've already got a few out now. I've already had a few out, where there will be a lot of older videos that are coming out. And by that I mean videos with possible old announcements in them that don't really have any more relevance anymore. That is because, like I said earlier again, that's because I did a thing where I was going through my YouTube folders and files and trying to like correlate what I had and what I didn't have and what needed to be uploaded. And I can't remember exactly how it happened again, but I remember I got to the stage where I was looking through my Sergeant Beckett Reaction playlist, and I was also looking at my Jubilee Middle Ground playlist, and I realised that I had more videos in my folder on the computer than there were in the actual playlist. So yeah. So over the course of how many months it is, I'll be uploading the rest of the Jubilee Middle Ground videos I have that I forgot to upload. Because yeah, I don't know how it happened, but I'd obviously just looked at Middle Ground. I edited all the videos, I'd rendered them, and then forgot to upload them. That's just exactly what it is. I mean, I did the same with Minecraft, to be honest. So, but I do want to talk about Jubilee for a second, because of a video I watched recently from them, which I probably will be uploading next year. At this point, I think, yeah, we'll be uploading next year. I reacted to a video series I hadn't seen, a video series I hadn't seen from them before, called Mask Off. If you don't know what it is, I do explain it in the video, but I'll say now just for context purposes. Mask Off is a series of videos where Jubilee gets a group of people from a certain community, a certain background, and they hide their identities, and they ask them questions they give them topics to talk about, and they speak 100% honestly about what they think about those topics. For example, one of the topics I was watching one on if Christians were 100% honest, and one of the topics was basically what their thoughts about sex before marriage was, basically that sort of stuff. But I wanted to talk about this because that's why I've carried on watching Jubilee, because it's so interesting. In a world we live in nowadays where no matter what you say, it can be taken a ton of different ways unless you are extremely specific about what you say. Unless you are careful and you think about what you're saying, if you say something in the wrong way, someone will take what you said, which could be completely harmless, out of context entirely. And the reason why, and I like Middle Ground, because they do away with that. People say what their thoughts on something is, and for example, with Mask Off, they say they give their honest opinions, and obviously because their identities are hidden, they don't have to fear or face judgment about what they've said. With Middle Ground, they get two opposing communities, and they have a controlled environment where they can debate and argue certain topics. I love it because it's it's what happens nowadays. It's arguments, it's controversy, but it's done in such a civil, nice, controlled way, and I love it to bits, and that's why I keep watching them, because they're just so cool. The way they do it is just so good. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that front. If there's anything else I think of that I need to say that I said in the last year's video, or that's something that's come up recently, I will mention that in the video somewhere. But until then, I think it's time we went through the videos. I would look at some of my favorite ones. Now, obviously, with last year it was a bit different. With last year, I mean, last year was heavy on gaming. Like, I was gaming all the time. I was doing loads of different gaming videos. There were a few like odd ones, and there were a few like Sergeant Beckett reaction videos. There were a few like other different types of videos, but a lot it was primarily gaming. This year though has been all over the shop, because I don't know what it is about this year, but there's something about this year that's just I've discovered so many different creative things that I love doing, and because of that I've just done them. So obviously, like I just watched a minute ago, we started off the year with Enemy, which has now done really fucking great. Then we had, I think, unless I'm mistaken, no. Okay, no, so we had the first episode snippet. So, obviously last year I uploaded the Where It All Started audio drama for Star Trek Morningstar, which has done surprisingly, which has done quite well. 281 views, not bad. And this year was when I was getting, starting to get, like, my scripts more written out and some snippets out of the actual episodes. Because Where It All Started, like I said last time, was more of an attempt to get people interested in the series to get them auditioning. Which I will talk about again later, because there is news on that. So, another thing about the start of this year was obviously, the start of this year was when I got my Oculus VR headset, which I really fucking love still. It's so great, and it's allowing me to do so much more interesting content. I love it. So obviously, I started off with, I won't do it again because obviously it's the same song, but I started off with, Enemy on Beat Saber, which was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie though, the process I had to go through to try and get mods on that fucking game was hellish. It was so fucking annoying. I hated it. I can't do it anymore either, because obviously the game's now updated, and obviously there's no easy way of doing it. You have to. Well, I mean, I saw a thing where apparently if you downgrade the game to its last version, then the Beat Saber mods worked. Didn't fucking work at all for me. Still broken, still broken as shit. But what I will do, because obviously I do need to watch. I'm gonna watch one of them because they are. Should I do that? So I won't watch that Enemy video, but what I will do is I will watch my favourite one of the Beat Saber videos I did, which was this one. League of Legends, Legends Never Die, featuring against the Current. The 6th video I did on this. That was a good video. Still my favorite one at all because that song is so good. Unfortunately, however, because of the new update and because it messed up, obviously, with the whole beats up updating, it messes up with like the modding system. It messed up a lot of the songs, meaning you couldn't play them anymore. A few songs are still playable, like Get Jinx, for example. However, my favorite one, which is that one, the Legends Never Die video is, well, Legends Never Die song is not available to play anymore, which sucks. So, I do believe, this year was another good year, because this year saw the start of, the Sergeant Beckett reaction series to Jubilee. Now I'm not gonna watch those because those are fucking long ones. I don't want this video to go on too long, but, although there was one other thing I will watch just because of one thing. But I don't know what it was. I think no one started me watching it, but I started watching them because they seemed interesting. Because I'd seen a few of them before, and I was like, oh, these are kind of interesting. And then obviously I thought to myself, let's actually react to one of these, and then it just sort of spiraled on from there. But yeah, it was just something different that I wanted to do, and yeah. And what I do want to show you is the one where I reacted to atheists versus Christians. Because there's one bit, and I have it in the thumbnail. What was the prompt? I can't remember what the prompt was now, but we'll probably see it. There was a prompt that they had that completely destroyed like the sort of the structure of the thing, because there were these two people that had two different arguments, and this one guy just would not stop interrupting with his opinion. Okay, yeah. So I think the problem that started it was I have had doubts on the existence of a higher power. So this guy, if it's his belief, so that's that's what the whole thing of Jubilee is about. I'm not attacking his belief or anything. But that guy, I think, was, from memory, that guy was a heavily Christian. He was a really solid believer. And so, let's just watch it, relive it.
No, I've never had any doubt, because I can see design everywhere. And you are not an atheist, you're an agnostic.
No.
You see,
I'm
an agnostic
No,
believes.
don't tell me what I am. I am an atheist.
An atheist doesn't believe
I'm
in...
an atheist, no.
An atheist doesn't
The
believe in the
definition-
supernatural,
No.
period.
An atheist
An
does not believe in
agnostic
that. No.
does believe
An
in the
atheist is someone
supernatural.
that does not
He
believe
just
in
doesn't...
God.
That's what it was. Now I'm watching. I remember it. So yeah, he just started assuming she just started telling her what she was, and then they get into this argument. He doesn't shut up. She's trying to tell him that he's wrong, and then
believe in God.
I am telling you what an atheist is.
You're wrong.
No.
Do you
I
believe
am
in
an
supernatural?
atheist.
Jeez. So obviously, sorry. So obviously here, as you can see, so obviously at this point,
What an atheist
So-
is.
You're wrong.
No.
Do you
I
believe
you can
in
tell how everyone thinks, because she's like, for God's sake, what? He's like a face punch. She's like, what the fuck's happening here? And then a couple seconds later, holy God, this guy is not letting down, is he? Jesus Christ.
Do you believe in...
Yep, a few seconds later, that guy's like, oh, for God's sake, no. He's like, this is not going well. Oh, but that is... I don't normally find these reaction videos funny, but that one was purely just because of that. That was just something else entirely. That was a good video in more than one way. Yeah, so carrying on from that, after the enemy video released, I started uploading my other remixes. So then after that came the Legends Never Die remix that I did. But then came something that, even though it scares the shit out of me every time I do it, it's still the best way of playing the game there is. Then because I got the VR, I started trying Phasmophobia VR. Oh, what hell that was. So this is where the hell started. I've just been through the video just to see what it's like, because a lot of it is just normal, like, trying to find the ghost, but, like, this is where the hell this whole thing started, right? It started off normally, and, well, this is the bit where, obviously, at the time, in the house we held, there was a, when my memory jogged itself, there was a there's like a thing, the candle on the floor with the markings. I can't remember what it's called, but there was that on the floor, as you can see there. And yeah, this I was not ready for this shit at all.
If you're feeling exceptionally brave, hide in the lockers right behind it. You
Yeah,
can literally
nah.
hide in this. No, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Jack, as you might be a good
Yeah,
idea.
nah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we're
I'm
ready.
ready too. I'm ready too.
Make sure all your torches are off when you're hiding, remember?
Oh wait.
Wait. You ready?
Yep.
I know I played Phasma before normally, and it was scary, I'll admit. But I think that was the single most scared I've ever been in this game ever. I was petrified.
Guys, I think we're done. Oh, you better fuck up. Um.
Oh, it's still going.
I forgot I put that sound in there. Come on, I actually kind of made me jump a bit. I forgot I had that sound in there. Fuck.
Everybody's still hiding. He has now just gone upstairs. Hunt's over. Right, Hunt is over. Oh my god, were you hiding there the whole time?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yes.
shit. You were
You
at
scared
the
the crap
kitchen
out of me.
counter.
Literally, the moment you said kitchen, I was like, fuck, no, Jay.
Oh my god, that is... You were literally hiding on the other side. Oh my god.
It came right by me.
What, did it walk round?
It literally...
That was, oh man, that was nasty, and it is always nasty. Like, so the thing is, with normal phasmophobia, I got used to it. Like me, it was scary, but it wasn't like too bad. I was like scary the first time, and then it was like it calmed down a bit. Phasmophobia VR is it's the same amount of terrifying every single time. It does not change, never changes. God, that was horrible, but it was fun at the same time. So from then on, more stuff with more promotional content with the Morningstar series, which didn't go well on this side of things. Detroit Become Human was still going on, and in fact this was the year that it finished, finally. Then obviously I was continuing on the cinematic videos as well. And here also, the Sergeant Beckett reacts to Al Murray. That was actually the first video I did where I reacted to a suggestion from a friend. Because most of the videos I react to are videos that I found on my most of the videos I react to are videos that I found on my recommended page. This was one that was actually recommended to me from a friend, which is kind of nice. Now this one, I'm not gonna play this whole one because, yeah. But this one was actually, this video here was, it was a project from my college. So I think it was the second year of my college I was there. Obviously, end of the FMP time, we have to make it like a big project to prove what we've done. And I wanted to do something. I wanted to make a massive like cinematic space battle. And I was going to use Star Trek Online, the Star Trek Online demo recording system, like I've done with my rest of my videos. In that, I was hesitant about putting it up originally, but then I thought to myself, fuck it, I'll put it up. So yeah, that eventually got up. More Beat Saber, more Star Trek snippets from the series. Again, continue going with the fuck, I've forgotten it. It's right there as well. The Battlefield 5 trailer remixes, that stuff. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that remix was it was fun to do because I made it a while ago, like when they released the full version of the Battlefield 5 trailer music for the Devastation Rotterdam trailer. They released it and it was so good, but I had to remix it with the trailer because the explosions just gave much more of a punch to the sound. It was brilliant. But however, that was the time when obviously, like I said before, the Battlefield videos were getting a bit scarce, and that's one of the games I want to keep on this channel as like a constant series. So that's when I trying to bring that. Also, I was bringing that back. Again, and then I did another remix. I did the Connor Now remix. It was less of that one, it was less of me having different versions. I just extended it and looped it a few times. Actually, no, there was one other version though that was in there. That was about it. Then obviously we had the second most popular Arcane mashup that I will watch, which was the What Could Have Been remix, which was also quite fun to do.
Most of all, for me to live, I gotta kill the part of me that's sore. But I needed you more. I hope you know we had everything. When you broke me and left these pieces, I want you to hurt like you hurt dance. I want you to lose like I lose when I play what could have been. What could have been. I was meant to be yours.
that is also one of my favorite videos as well, because it's just so good. Like, it's the way that all like the instruments come together, that last chorus to really punch through and give all that power is amazing. I love it. Now, I did want, and some people have varying opinions of it. Varying opinions. Some say they think it would make it alright. Some say that it wouldn't do it at all. I wanted to put originally, because obviously I wanted to well, with my there is a running theme of these remixes that I do, that I want to try and have an electric guitar in there, because in my opinion, electric guitars make everything sound better. And so I wanted to try and put Jonathan Young's version in there. Unfortunately, his version was a little too fast. I tried to slow it down and stuff, but the way DaVinci works is slowing it down doesn't work that well. So I ended up realizing that wasn't going to work, so I just gave up in the end. But yeah, that was a good one. And then shortly after that came the first ever Sergeant Beckett's podcast. Now, like I said in that video, I wanted to do that because the group had discussed doing a podcast before, countless times. We never actually had the ability to sit down properly and sit through it and go with it. Now, me being me, the person, now, there is how we're friends again. I don't know, but there's a massive contrast between myself and a few others and the rest of the group. People like Jan and Pepe and stuff, they're a bit more. They sort of do things more laid back. They sort of just go with the flow of how things If things happen, it happens. If they don't, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. Me, I sort of have a thing where if I like something enough, I want it to happen. And a lot of times that isn't sort of the same. A lot of times the rest of the guys, so the guys won't be as interested in something as I am, or they will be interested in it, just not so much that they'll remember it. But there are certain things that I'll get so interested in like an idea that I love so much that I'll remember it like that. And a podcast was the thing. Now we ended up not actually going through with it, the original one. Cause the original idea was when the original podcast idea was called When Idiots Collide. That was the original podcast name. And because of that, and I was going to go ahead, but then they just forgot about it, or something. It just didn't go ahead for whatever reason. I can't remember what now. But I then thought to myself, why don't I do it? Why don't I give a podcast idea a shot? So I had a little, because I've been watching Distractable, the Markiplier, Wade and Bob podcast, and I was like, that's kind of fun. I liked how they get into deep conversation. I like that. And I know whenever I was watching it and they said certain things, I'd always have my own little like things I want to say back. But obviously I wasn't actually in the podcast, so it wouldn't make a much difference. I thought to myself, let's actually make a podcast on myself, and then do that. So, I started that, and I'm not going to swatch that because those are like hour-long episodes, so I'm not going to do anything, but that started like a thing of me having a podcast. I haven't done one in a while, because obviously, all the other guys have been busy. Also, we had the, we did also have again the, Star Trek Online story continued here as well early this year with the 3 missions in 1 episode, which was when I was obviously raising money for Thankmas last year, which as you would have seen yesterday, I did as well. Although any announcements from it will have to be made next year, because obviously as of recording this video, I'm actually doing it a week or two weeks before the actual live stream. So. But then we got to the start. I think it was 1 episode only of Golf Round, but it was still a good one to do. Not awesome. And then again, music edits kept coming through. I kept just having these ideas coming through my head. It was brilliant. Mr. President, yeah, that's something I'll have to explain later on. Mr. President, it continued with episode 2, the replay. I forgot about it the first time. Drive. Well, that was then? Oh my god, that feels like it was yesterday. Oh my god. This video feels like I made it yesterday. Jesus Christ. But Joy of Creation, like I said there, it's a game that, it's old, but it's still fucking terrifying. And it's only because it's the way the atmosphere of the game works, the fact that you don't know where they are. But you could make one wrong move, and all you can hear is the thuddage of the feet of the animatronics. It's so fucking terrifying, I hate it. It's so scary. Then obviously again, more compilations from TikTok. This was my first ever Star Trek compilation, which I haven't actually continued yet, and I don't know if I will or not, but it was still pretty fun. This thing. So, obviously last year was the start of the Sinot videos, and I wanted to make a tribute video to it because I don't know what it was, but I was getting a shot of us for the marching, and I thought to myself, this sort of thing would work well with the song Over the Hills and Far Away. So I thought to myself, I'll just collate a bunch of marching footage. I just get as much of the marching footage as I can, and then I'll put a video together. And this video was the result of that idea.
Here's 40 shillings on the drum for those who volunteer to come to list and fight the foe today over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. When duty calls me, I must go to stand and face another foe, but part of me will always stray over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. If I should fall to rise no more, as many comrades did before, then ask the fifes and drums to play over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. Then falling lads behind the drum, with colours blazing like the sun, along the roads to come what may, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. O'er the hills and o'er the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain, King George commands and we obey.
That was a fun one to do. It was fun to make and to film. But yeah. Well, after that, if we continue on, first, then there was Elite Dangerous, which, fucking, that game is still amazing, it's still beautiful as fuck. I mean, admittedly, my OBS and recording stuff doesn't do it justice, but, because it lowers the quality of it a bit, but oh my god, it was amazing. Let's have a look. What else? Then obviously we continued to do this more Phasmophobia VR because they did a bit. And here. So the Throne Battle. This was the first major battle that happened for the Seal Knot of the year. And the first video since second video of the series of videos I was doing for the Seal Knot. This one was the Seal Knot video has been a bit of a learning curve because I've been adapting how I do them. A few things I did got wrong here. The intro was a bit long, but there's a few points I wanted to get across and I couldn't cram them into any short space of time. Don't watch that one or no? I'll keep going through, and if I might watch it, I might not. I don't know. So now, then obviously we continued Detroit Become Human, episode 9, which I think was the second to last episode I did of that. Then carried on with the cinematic videos with the USS Rocinante. Inspired by The Expanse, admittedly, but I just wanted to do it because it was such a cool. I love it so much. Like, I remember when I was younger, like I used to hate the Nova class, like because I was young and I was still like very like brought up with the whole idea of like the Enterprise and the Enterprise A being like the most coolest ship ever, like the Enterprise D in it, and like all like the mainstream Enterprises. I love those ships. And so when I was young, I hated the Nova class. But now that I've grown up a bit, I look at it and I'm like, actually, it's not too bad. And that's now one of my best ships. Then we had Rogue Company, which was the first one of that. That was fucking hilarious. The second episode of that one gameplay was good, but yeah. More podcasts, this time with Jed. Now originally I wanted to do, because I wanted to do a Star Trek one at some point, but none of the guys I had, because I wanted to do at least Yan and Jed and some of the guys, but none of the guys, and I messaged on the Discord of the MAD Productions Discord, and I asked is anyone up for doing like a Star Trek talk on a podcast. And people were up for it, but in the end, on the day I wanted to do it. Mouth fucking work, please. Yeah, so it ended up being just a podcast episode with Jed, but it was still pretty really fun because we discussed a lot of cool things in there, and it was good fun. Now. I've been considering this, and I'm thinking I'm gonna watch it because I should. So this year, the Longest Johns released an album called Smoke and Oakum. And if you don't know the Longest Johns, they are a folk and sea shanty band. I discovered them last year, I think, or during the pandemic on TikTok, and I've had influence from sea shanties through my life. Like my mum, she listened to a group called The Fisherman's Friends, and I know it. And whenever we were in the car, those songs would play sometimes in the car. So I always had sea shanties in my life. Eventually, then obviously I joined TikTok and I did some stuff in there. I came across I actually came across it before it actually blew up because I came across their version of the Wellerman. I can't remember how I did it, but I was looking through sounds of some sort, and I remember I had the Wellerman there, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. And I looked at that, and then I looked into this band. The more I heard their songs, and I was like, these guys are actually pretty cool. And I'm actually got more into them the more I looked into them, because unlike the Fisherman's Friends, yes, I had them for most of my life, but they don't have a massive internet presence. They're not very like active on social media and stuff. Whereas Longest Johns, they are so active on social media. They have like weekly streams on Twitch, and everything, like all their like social media. The whole team that works behind making the Longest Johns who they are. Everyone does. They like streams. They make content for YouTube all the time. They're on social media. They are so active. It's unreal. And because of that, I've just connected with them so much more. And they are now my favorite band of all time. Like, I love them so much. And I'd heard the year before, last year, that they were on tour, but they were in supporting of another band, so we didn't go. But I'd managed to in time see a Facebook post that they said that if you bought the CD, the new album, you will get early access to some of the tickets. And I bought the CD. Got early access, and we bought tickets, and we went. And obviously, as you may or may not know, if you remember the video, I went to Telford Comic Con before this, and at the time, Telford Comic Con was one of the best times I've ever had in my life. This just overtook it. So, for example, here's Telford on the top, the Longest John's gig at the O2 Academy. That it just overtook it in how awesome the experience was. It was fucking brilliant, and it is 35 minutes long. Do I care? No, I'm watching it now.
You guys look ridiculous. Oh, Santillana came that day away, Santillana. Napoleon of the West, they say, along the plains of Mexico. Heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santillana. Heave her up and away we'll go, along the plains of Mexico. She's a last clipper ship and a volley of crew. Away, Santillana. And an old salty yak for a captain too, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santillana. Heave her up and away we'll go, along the plains of Mexico. Well, Santillana fought for gold, away, Santillana. Around Cape Horn, through the ice and snow, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santillana. Heave her up and away we'll go, along the plains of Mexico. 'Twas on the field of Molly Del Rey, away, Santillana. Well, both his legs got blown away, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santillana. Heave her up and away we'll go, along the plains of Mexico. It was a fierce and bitter strife, away, Santillana. The General Taylor took his life, along the plains of Mexico. Well, heave her up and away we'll go, away, Santillana. Heave her up and away we'll go, along the plains of Mexico. Santillana, now we mourn, away, Santillana. We left him buried off Cape Horn. hand in hand with a hog-eye-o. Roll above the shore with a hog-eye. Steady on the jig with a hog-eye-o. She wants the hog-eye man. Oh, Sally's in the garden shelling peas. I'm gonna have you down to her knees with a hog-eye-o. Roll above the shore with a hog-eye. Steady on the jig with a hog-eye-o. She wants the hog-eye man. Bear a hog-eye, damned if I do. Got chickens in his feet and he can't wear shoes with a hog-eye. Oh, roll from the shore with a hog-eye. Steady on the jig with a hog-eye. Oh, she wants the hog-eye man. Oh, a hog-eye ship and a hog-eye crew, a hog-eye mate and a skipper too with a hog-eye. Oh, roll from the shore with a hog-eye. Steady on the jig with a hog-eye. Oh, she wants the hog-eye man. Steady on the jig with a hog-eye. Oh, she wants the hog-eye. Big wooden lollipop. Anyway, this next song is a wonderful old American folk song called Hard Times Come Again No More. Thanks very much. I would like us all to band together and banish hard times back to where it came from. Voyager's not welcome here. Just the song is. Not the idea. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sob sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Please, yell more things. In the Belfast yard where she was made of Holland Wolf design, the plan was struck to build 3 ships that funds would not define. The gantry raised up in 08, a nameless line arose to make the journeys to New York in record time. And so she's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters die from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Olympic soon became a stamp. No finer ship did sail. Smoking rooms and Turkish baths and palm trees rail to rail. As sleek and striking as could be, her speed second to none. She sailed from Portsmouth dock and showed the world how it was done. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters die from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. The Hawk was running along her side around the Isle of Wight. A swing to starboard up and took the helmsman by surprise. 2 holes were punched into her side and water flooded in. She staggered back to Portsmouth dock and lived to sail again. She's the pride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters die from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Titanic sank into the depths. Britannic joined her too. Through the wars, Olympic kept on sailing sure and true. Missions out in open sea with U-boats in her stead. Damn near cut 'em clean in two and sank 'em to the bed. She's the bride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. Now every dog must have its day, and all good things must pass. Shipyards forge much bigger craft that dwarfed her in her class. The trips were few and fares declined, the world marched on ahead. They pulled her down in Jarrow Town, still striking till the end. She's the bride of the White Star Line. May her engines never stall. Her sisters died from Berg and mine, but she'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. She'll run for decades more. And I know I have a pretty bad A-level in English.
So, seeing as everyone was coming here to listen to some sea shanties tonight, we thought it would be appropriate to stick in a song about trees.
Trees that grow so fair, old England to adorn. Great unknown beneath the sun, an oak and ashen thorn. Sing oak and ashen thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing in oak and ashen thorn. Oh, come on, all you workers who toil night and day, by hand and by brain, to earn your pay, who for centuries all past, for no more than your bread, have bled for your countries and counted your dead. We're the first ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, the first ones in line for that pie in the sky, and we're always the last when the cream is shed out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about in the factories and mills, in the shipyards.
At least one.
Well, since we now have a bar on stage, do you like our bar? We've drunk enough already since we've been on stage to get through a whole keg, so Robbie's now going to hit it with a hammer. Makes a nice sound. Call this bringing home to work with me.
Home to work with me.
Or something like that. Yeah. No, that's correct, I think. I'll be saying it wrong the entire tour. Yeah. Would anybody like to see my giant coin? Yeah. It's got a boat on it. That's quite apt. Shit. Yeah. Pretty great. Got 3.
For some unknown reason, I found a bucket. Alright, found a bucket.
What happens when you send a bunch of folk singers down to the junk shop to see what they can find?
Anyway, I'm going to sing a song off Smoke and Oakum, of which I have no experience in doing.
I thought to make a horseshoe and asked my hammer thus. He said, I'll ask the anvil what you require of us. The hammer asked the anvil, and she at once agreed that they should meet together in the way that I decreed. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. I thought to make an anchor for taking on the main. The hammer on the anvil relented once again. So they sat there together as I prepared the cast. They braced themselves for impact like a sailor on the mast. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. I thought to make a broadsword for fighting on the field, much as I know the hammer is a nobler thing to wield. For though us humble tradesfolk choose a quiet life, the gods of war come to the door of the hammer and his wife. And it's sparks are flying. Was clapping by one of our old members who isn't with us anymore. He's not dead, but he is here tonight. Hooray! Round of applause for Josh. If you're standing next to a guy with a beard and glasses, it's a pretty good chance it's not Josh. That could be anyone.
Everyone's very shiftily looking at the people.
I was like, what?
Is that Josh? It's like, where's Wally in it? How's life? No, I'm joking.
Alright, we're going to sing one of the newest songs for us, but a super old American folk song.
Come on.
Which I hope you'll really enjoy. This is one of my personal favourites as well.
Please.
This is Wayfaring Stranger.
Yes! Not this one. Oh, it's such a good.
I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, toil, or danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to see my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home to meet my Savior. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home.
Oh, that was good.
After about 6 months, I gave up and I wrote a song about a duck. After 14 years, I left the sea for a life upon a lake. After all the storms I'd seen, I needed a good break. I thought still waters would mean peace for me, but that was a mistake. For the place I chose was bedeviled by a giant evil drake. A man of such malice twice the size of any man, a built to give you nightmares and a monstrous wingspan. You cannot hope to fight it, so avoid him if you can. That terrifying waterfowl, the beast beyond the dam. Row, ho, row, ho, row with all the might. Row with harpoons loaded, spoiling for a fight. Row, ho, and with any luck, we'll win the day, do away the dreaded Moby Duck. And drink I discovered that I'm sure is completely new that nobody in this band has ever tried before.
Suspiciously yellow and cloudy, Robbie.
Yes, we all found it quite magical, so we figured that a song seemed appropriate for this particular drink. So I hope you can all join me in this ode to this new drink. What we found.
What we found.
Oh, beer is great, beer is grand. I long to hold one in my hand with frosty head and amber hue. Not much that I wouldn't do for a pint of ale or smoky stout. Beer goes in, joy comes out. Grab a cask and yank the shot. I didn't get that key again.
I lost it.
The world has declined, the tankard and stein have flocked to the flutes and the shots. Our fathers would cry and exclaim, oh God, why? We abandoned the high-pipes cabot. And the sky it turns black, and the land it is parched, and your life becomes weathered and dull. We march to the drum of the cask, but in ton, for there's plenty of glasses to fill. Beer is great, beer is ace. Watch me stick one in my face. Goblet, glass or plastic cup, I don't really give a beer is good. If I may, watch your hang-ups melt away. Mark my words and mark them well. Beer is great, yes, beer is swell. Oh, you've heard of it?
Great.
JD, I feel like it's about time we do a proper sea shanty.
I think it's about time.
I can tell already you're going to do something weird with it.
Do I have permission to make it just a little bit funky?
I am scared. Permission granted.
This is what I think it is.
There's a ship, my lads, for the Danish Strait we're bound. The kit is all garnished with the bonny lasses around. Captain Thompson gives the orders to sail the ocean wide. Where the sun had never sets, my lads, no darkness in the sky. For it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes a-fishing for the whale. For it's cheer up, my lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship, the diamond goes a-fishing for the whale.
In the world wouldn't return our calls, so we got these guys. Thanks, Rich.
Guys, the jokes just keep coming.
Can you believe we've been going for almost 10 years, everybody? Yeah, it's been a long old gig. Don't let the grey in our hair fool you. We're not a day over 21. So we formed when we were 11. Yes.
Sounds about right, yeah, it feels like it. I don't remember drinking quite as much when we started, so that makes sense, yes.
But this next song is one of our oldest original songs, but people still like it, so we still sing it. And hopefully you will too, so please join in with Bones in the Ocean. Oh, I bid farewell to the port and the land, and I paddled away from brave England's white sands, to search for my long ago forgotten friends, to search for the place I hear all sailors end. As the souls of the dead fill the space of my mind, I'll search without sleeping till peace I can find. I fear not the weather, I fear not the sea. I remember the fallen, do they think of me? When their bones in the ocean forever. I'm going to tell you all a dark tale of my past. When I used to be a robber, I used to steal precious cargo from good men. Yes. Also, something about pirates. I would like you all to wind up your largest yars. Hold them though, hold the yar. The time will come.
Or if you have a tricorn hat, feel free to throw it in the air like you graduated something.
Graduated pirate school.
Oh, I used to be a farmer, and I made a living fine. I had a little stretch of land along the western line, but times were hard, and though I tried, the money wasn't there. And bankers came and took my land and told me fair is fair. I looked for every kind of job, the answer always no. I and I, they always laugh, we just let 20 go. The government, they promised me a measly little sum, but I've got too much pride to end up just another bum. And I said, who gives a damn if all the jobs are gone? I'm going to be a pirate on the River Severn.
I don't think that was good enough, actually. Yes.
And it's a hi-ho coming down the plains, see the wheat and barley and all the other grains. And it's a ho-hey-hi at farmers' fire doors when you see the Jolly Roger on the Severn mighty shore.
You're just giving them out, just as and when. Don't steal our stuff, please, despite what Andy was saying. We need this to live. What? That one side? No. Hey. Hey, we worked hard to get here. No, that's passage, man.
Quick, Andy's tuning, tell a banjo joke.
Oh, yes, of course. What's the difference? Oh, crap. Just one little banjo joke.
Okay.
A banjo, if you will.
What's the difference between a banjo player and a bucket of crap? The bucket.
But I don't have a bucket, Robbie. JD's got the bucket.
Yeah, do you want a bucket? Kind of felt like that one. Okay, we're going to do a song now from Kills on the
Don't want your bucket.
That you get? Oh, good. The spittoon. We're going to do a song now from Cures What Ails You that we never actually got to tour Cures What Ails You because of, you know, the thing. So this is almost kind of a tour for that as well. We've never played half of these songs live before. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. This is a song called Going Around the Cape.
Well, we're going round the Cape, going the shores to find 900 miles of wind and waves, smashing up the sides. We're going round the Cape, there is no other way. For trade and countrymen will brave the forest bridge. So tell my love that I'll be back someday. It's rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll away. When I return, I swear I'm gonna stay. So rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll away. I left my home and land to sail a clipper ship into the bars of my own map that barely have been written. I must be out my mind to leave England in my wake, but I'll get that silver in my ear when going around the Cape. So tell my love that I'll be back someday. It's rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll away. When I return, I swear I'm gonna stay. So rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll.
That happens a lot more often than you'd expect. There's so many words and so many verses and things. Somebody eventually, at some point, always goes, and we all go, is this a dramatic pause? Or have we actually forgotten the words? And it's usually the forgotten the words. It usually is. Anyway, I'm going to go back over here now. Does everyone like my the little red box, by the way? We haven't introduced the little red box yet. We named it the Megalodian, and now it's more famous than me, which is horrendously
When we were in America, we definitely did have people bowing to the Megalodian, which is a little strange. I think there may be a minor cult developing, particularly in Chicago. Sorry, America.
red box.
All hail the red box! The box demand sacrifice.
As the personal prophet to the box, I can say that he doesn't care for your cheers and wishes them to be directed elsewhere. So there you go.
Well, we're going to sing another new song now, so if you know the words, please do sing along. This is Nantucket.
Yes!
rivers and waves, breakers and quakers, and few of us stray, hunting the oceans with men that won't tire. Nantucket sleigh rides and chimneys of fire. Some may be wary, won't understand, trading a spear for a flag in the hand. The jets and the tripods I'm shipping out east, off to go hunting a different beast. Fireflies on long lines, short handlers run about. The captain says we'll hover, as though there was some doubt. As we lower the matches and race to take the shore, my mind is in Nantucket, falling whale meeting to dawn.
Hey Robbie.
Yes,
What's the
Dave.
stupidest song you know?
Stupidest song I know?
Yeah.
The stupidest song I know will be coming. I think we should get a photo right now, actually. There's a photographer waiting in the wings. Will you all join us for a photo? Good, I thought you might, because you're not going to get out quick enough. Might as well, right? Okay, everyone get around front. We get some house lights. Yes, house lights. Nice to see all your faces. Ready? Everyone good? Hands in the air. Let's. Okay. We had a secret track we wanted to stick in last minute because I can't hear you. I can.
Country roads!
We've been requested this song all tour and we haven't put it in, so we thought we'd stick it in for this show. I hope it's alright with you guys. This is by far the dumbest song we've ever written. I never thought we'd have to sing it in front of this many people, but there we go. I once met a man who said he was a fan. He wanted to sing in my shanty band, but the bottom of his face looked weird. So big, the skinless skin and the look that fit from his crown to his ear. He was most sincere, but you can't sing shanties if you got no beard. Got no beard, you got no beard. You can't sing shanties if you got no beard. Got no beard, you got no beard. You can't sing shanties if you got no beard.
To the distant mystical land of TikTok. Ooh, sounds spooky. Ooh, and in the magical land of TikTok, the Weller Man resides. He's got a lot of sugar for all of you. And if any of you claim to not know the words, you are a liar, I say. So join with me together and have a drink and a sing. For that is what it's all about. And it's so lovely to be here with all of you. Thank you very much.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was a Billy and Tea. The winds blew hard and bowed it down. Blow, me bully boys, blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring you sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Was that worth watching the whole 35-minute video? Yes, it was. Oh. If you couldn't tell, I love sea shanties. Like, because of these guys, my love for shanties has grown so much. Oh. And because of them, because of it, I'm going back to see them next month. Next month, as it happens. Actually, I'm going to see them. By the time this video comes out, this coming Thursday. Oh, right. I am going to try and something about this video because I'm going to go on for 2 hours now. But there's still a lot more I want to go through. And then, to be honest, most of the rest of the stuff is just sort of like, again, the continuation of stuff. This as well. I won't watch anything from it, but I will. So, some of you may, if some of those of you who follow him, follow this channel, you may know that, and I've had follow me as well. I've been part of a Doctor Who audio drama. It's been part of a massive saga of other audio dramas that's been made, and basically it finished up recently, like 2 or 3 days like 2 or 3 days ago or something like that. I can't remember exactly when, but it finished up, and it has been an absolutely brilliant ride. And again, like I said, say countless times, it is so special to me in so many ways. And one of the other ways is because it is what encouraged me to start Star Trek Morningstar, which I fucking love. But yeah, so that was cool to like hear myself in that, and everything else. That was really cool. Again, music videos kept going up, kept trying to bring back other older games. I don't think I actually brought back Minecraft after I forgot about that thing for a while. Kept doing the Still Not videos. That was pretty fun. again, cinematic videos kept coming through, and reactions kept coming through. That was a fun one to do. I don't know if I plan to get back to it at some point, but when I keep going a little bit more first, before I get back to that. Podcast was still going good. Started back up again with hide and seek in the Forza games. That was fun. Started Human Fall Flat. That was brilliant. Just hilarious game all round, and it's a brilliant opportunity for editing purposes. I finished the 2 main series this year that I had on the channel, which were Bad Choice, the Detroit Become Human, and Mr. President. Well, I finished properly Detroit Become Human. I didn't finish properly Mr. President because apparently there was a mission that I missed on that one. Then everything just kind of went on from there, really. Castle Coombe as well was a good one. I'm not gonna watch that. Because this video's gone on too long for that. And then there again, we got some like more of the music mashup stuff. With Longlish Johns and the Fisherman's Friends, all that. More comedy stuff, more other games that I neglected and I forgot to upload. I'm uploading recently again. And again, it's just all the Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. That's been coming up, and as of recording this video, gonna be coming up the weekend before this video I'm recording now comes out. And yeah, all pretty well good. It's been a good year. It's been a good long run, and I really enjoyed it. Now I know I said I'm coming towards the end, but I'm gonna do this. Fuck it, right, there's 2 videos I'm gonna end, well, I say that. I'm gonna end this, looking at the YouTube part with 2 videos. And then I'm gonna show you 2 clips from something I'm working on. So first we're gonna start with, the, Froome Easter Battle. That's good. I always enjoy making those videos. So that's the first one I want to watch, and then the second one. I say that. So that's one. I'm definitely gonna watch this one next, and then after this, I will, depending on what I want to look like in editing, I will either keep it in or take it out depending on what how long the video is. So yeah. But first, let's do this one because this is still, like, even though I uploaded it a little while ago, this is still a video that I love so much. Let's go.
Another day in space socialist heaven. Status report, Mr. Worf? Everything is tip-top, sir. Worf, is that a Toblerone bar on your head? A warrior is always cautious of low blood sugar, sir. Yes, well, perhaps. Worf, status report. Sir, our shield strength is down to 43%. Take evasive action. It's no use, sir. They've matched our movements. Incoming hit. Hi there. Worf, suggestions. To avoid capture, sir, I think we should activate the self-destruct sequence. Do it. The age of the Worf Maskhead has begun.
Even that intro alone still makes me laugh just because of how stupendously chaotic it is. It's like, just, what the fuck? Oh, fucking hell.
So this is why no one will talk to me about Star Trek.
Fuck off.
Star Trek. It's been around for almost 60 years and so has had dozens of separate TV shows and films made about it, with a whole load of fleshed out alien species ranging from the simple to the utterly insane.
You just gotta think, someone looked at this and said yes.
I mean, what are these things? They've got giant ear holes, but no actual sound hole. They wear eyeshadow. And oh my god, does this one have cobwebs in his ear hole? Oh no, she's touching the ears. Okay, this is really starting to get a bit weird. Oh god, what is that?
The point is, Star Trek goes pretty all in with the design of its characters. And this was back when set design and prosthetics were actually real things. And as a result, the show has aged incredibly well.
I demand to know why this starship has changed its course.
Maybe I was being too generous.
So in its time, Star Trek has made some of the best TV you'll ever see. The Next Generation, or Bull Trek, was where things really took off. See, the lack of hair made us feel calm. Safe. Next came Deep Space Nine, and the ratings immediately dropped. Everyone has hair. What is this, Star Wars? It all worked out alright though. The show quickly realized what it was doing wrong and what needed to be done. Critical acclaim.
Today we're going to focus on The Next Generation, which is actually the sequel to the original series that starred William Shatner. You know, the guy who did actually travel into space, which expelled as much carbon into the atmosphere as 100 long-haul flights. It's fine, you know, it's important. He met Jeff Bezos. It's fine, you know, it's fine. Are those McDonald's brand halloumi fries? Maybe life isn't so bad, you know? Maybe I should go into space. Yes. Space! Space! Oh, that was easy.
The Next Generation has 173 episodes and was one of the first shows to really push the limits on difficult topics. It had episodes on climate change, sexism, sexual assault, LGBTQ+ rights, and an episode where this lady becomes a cake. Why do they do this? What? Now she's a fish lady.
Why do you keep turning into things? Is it because the writers hated women? Oh, it's because the writers hated women. So when you have a show trying to push the boundaries for 173 episodes, eventually someone's gonna push in the wrong direction. And as a result, today we're gonna watch what I think is the very worst episode of The Next Generation. So let's get into it, shall we?
The episode begins with us at Dr. Beverly Crusher's grandmother's funeral. Oh, what a fun way to start this sci-fi adventure. Beverly says a few words, and then the minister... Oh dear God, it's Satan! What are you doing here? It's a bit heartless to collect the soul right now, don't you think? They only just put her in the ground.
It happens, you know. You turn up to a funeral and half the guest list is missing their face. Voldemort's there with some flowers, Mason Verger with a Bible, Jason Voorhees on the organ. predators there. The point is, you don't want to see this man at a fucking wake.
Beverly then sees a handsome man walk past and the credits roll. Not a great intro. We return and we're still at the funeral. Then Beverly and Councillor Troy have a chat, and I tell you, these two together is always something else.
You're unusually limber this morning.
I'll say. But there's nothing rational about this.
Who needs rational when your toes curl up?
Seriously though, who is this for? Would anyone actually want to see this?
Nah.
Thank you, ladies.
Caldos Colony is a most impressive accomplishment. I actually feel as if I'm in the Scottish Highlands.
Ah, I know how he feels. My ship too is an impressive accomplishment. I actually feel like I'm in London sitting in a garden chair covered in tinfoil. But of course, actually I'm in space.
Councillor Troy and Beverly then have a chat in her grandmother's old house. Councillor Troy then notices an antique candle. She eventually leaves and Beverly goes upstairs to read her grandmother's journal. A man then breaks into the house and tries to steal the candle, but Beverly manages to wrestle it off him.
How do you know who I am?
I'm Ned Quint.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
I'm Ned Quint.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
I'm Ned Quint.
I'm sorry, could you say... Actually, no. Could we put on some subtitles, please?
I'm Ned Quint.
Oh, Ned Quint. Okay.
I took care of your grandmother's house and her affairs.
Oh. Her affairs, eh? Now, you may think I'm being overly suggestive here, but this is nothing compared to where this plot is actually going.
Nana never mentioned you.
Oh, there's lots of things he didn't talk about.
Okay, Scotland, before you get mad at me, this actor isn't even Scottish. I lived in Scotland for 4 years. I know what a Scottish accent sounds like. It's him you need to sort out.
Ned then warns her that the candle is cursed, but Beverly doesn't listen and kicks him out.
Howard women, always the same stubborn fools.
Oh my God, careful, you almost hit Beverly there.
And you keep that damn candle. I'll not be responsible for what happens.
Oh my God, he sounds just like Shrek. What? Why have they done this?
Then just as we start to forget what fucking program we're watching, we end up back on the Enterprise. Oh, thank God. Satan is worried because his planet's artificial weather systems are acting up and causing storms. But Geordie, the ship's engineer, is on the case.
I certainly hope so. There's a caber toss scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. I'd hate to see it spoiled by an unexpected downpour.
You wouldn't believe...
That was strange, wasn't it? That scene went on for much longer than you would have thought it would. I wonder why they did that.
You wouldn't believe what I've been reading about in my grandmother's journals. You know she had a lover?
Oh God, here we go.
Do you believe that? Nana was 100 years old.
Wait, 100? A century? 1/10 of a millennium. Picard, please tell her this is not normal. No, this can't be happening. Patrick, you're Othello, Macbeth, Claudius, Prospero, Oberon. You can't let them do this to us.
It seems that the Howard women have exceptionally vigorous libidos.
Nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not having it. You're not going to do this to me and Patrick.
After all, I hope I can find a handsome young man in his 30s when I pass the century mark.
30s?
30s. Her lover was in his 30s.
30s.
I'm sorry, this is too much. We need to move on. I can't keep thinking of ways to react to this.
Beverly then goes to bed and her candle flickers in the night while a ghostly presence touches her shoulder. She wakes up the next day claiming it was all a dream, but is rather intrigued by the whole event.
The sensations were very real and extremely arousing.
Arousing.
Frankly, I'm envious. I did fall asleep reading a particularly erotic chapter in my grandmother's journal.
Hello there, child. Thine has ascended to a higher plane of wisdom. What great truth enlightened thee? Perhaps you found unity within the Elder Scroll of the Sun. Did thee decipher the human psyche through the study of philosophy? Then how did you descend, my child? Well, I did fall asleep reading a particularly erotic chapter of my grandmother's journal last night. He is the chosen one.
honest, I can't even begin to break down all the reasons why this sentence is so out of place.
Okay, let's just keep moving before I ascend again. I really don't want to see another man with a beard.
Well, I think I'll call it a day.
Councillor Troy quickly tries to bring things back to reality.
So, shall we start going over the personnel reports?
Yes, can we get on with some fucking work, please? Beverly then goes back down to the planet to stay in her grand's house again for the night, and once again bumps into...
I'm the Quint.
He tells her to go back to the ship as the house isn't safe, but more importantly, he gives her some crucial Gaelic wisdom.
Believe what you want, lass. Just dinna light that candle.
Oh, the finest of Scottish proverbs. It takes me right back to the streets of Edinburgh. Half a battered pizza, mate, and just dunny like that candle.
He warns her if she lights the candle that the ghost will get her, and the same ghost is causing the weather issues discussed earlier. He repeats utter gibberish again.
Dinna light that candle and dinna go to that house.
And wanders off to go work out how to make his Scottish accent even worse. Of course, Beverly ends up being haunted again, and she does the strangest movement. I mean, what was that? It's like she's trying to break something on her forehead.
Oh no, I too am being haunted by a ghost.
Oh my god, we're back on the Enterprise. I think things are gonna be okay. Oh no, I was wrong. Take me back to the ghost. So Beverly admits to being in love with the ghost after he spooked her the night before.
I met Ronan. Your grandmother's lover? He's unlike anyone I've ever met before.
Yes, Beverly, he's fucking non-corporeal. There's also another plot going on where the weather on the Enterprise is going all screwy, though this is the only scene where we actually get to see it.
There appears to be a condensed suspension of water vapor. Fog. It just sort of rolled in on us, sir.
Oh, did it? It just rolled in on you. Look at that face. He knows what he did. Amazingly, Jonathan Frakes here actually directed this episode, and you can tell by looking at him, he knows what a fucking train wreck he's helping to create.
We cut to Data and Geordi trying to fix the problem, but they instead find a man messing around with the ship.
Hey, it's Ned. How you doing, Ned? I've missed that accent. Oh, wait, somewhere to be. Sorry, don't let me hold you up. And then he gets electrocuted by the ghost.
He's dead.
And Scotland rejoices. Callum, he's dead. You've got your language back.
What? Who's dead? Is everything all right?
Yeah!
Beverly then goes back to confront the ghost about what he did, but suddenly he's real and he can touch her. Oh god, no, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
It's the way he says it. Joaquin Phoenix.
Run, Beverly, this guy.
For context, at the end of this video when I said there's some bits I had to overthink myself in, that was that. That voice was the voice of the of me, of the future me, thinking past me. Anyway.
Guy is never good news for anybody.
And so Hooken here treats Beverly like a cat. For quite a while. I'm really not sure what's happening here, but it works and she forgets all about the murder and decides to live with him.
And we'll be together. Always.
Well, if you say it like that.
Absolutely not.
Beverly then experiences every single emotion known to man, and I've never seen anything quite like it. Just watch. And then she wanders off screen. 18 seconds that went on. Jesus, get this woman an Oscar. Beverly then spends the next few days getting ghost vaped.
Oh, Ronan. When will you reform, Boyzone? Life is a roller coaster, you just gotta ride.
In the meantime, though, the guys on the Enterprise work out that the source of the ghost's power seems to be coming from...
It appears to be concentrated within Felisa Howard's coffin.
Then everyone just gets really excited about the notion of exhuming this poor old woman.
Captain, we'd like permission to exhume the body.
Exhume the body. Exhume the body.
Ronan quite understandably gets angry and then electrocutes Picard, while outside Data and Geordi start digging up the coffin.
We're ready down here.
Aye, sir.
Oh, of course, it's the future. They don't have to dig it up. I forgot it was the future. I'm sad.
So they, open the grave, and Data works out that it is in fact the old lady's literal corpse that is in fact powering the ghost man.
It appears to extend to the cellular level.
That's impossible.
Yes, Geordi, I think that is a fair assessment of this situation. So they zoom in on the body, and oh god, it's the lady from Spirited Away! The old lady then electrocutes Data and Geordi, and Beverly comes over to tell her to leave.
Beverly, it's all right. Have trust in me.
Well, if you say it like that, no way.
Nana's dead. Leave her alone!
Careful there, Beverly. This ship isn't that stable.
And Beverly's scream is so loud, in fact, that it kills her poor Nana for the second time. She then goes to check on her Nana, but the ghost comes back.
Beverly! Ah, she can't take it, Captain!
Beverly then gets fed up of the ghost and starts using what is known in Star Trek as technobabble to save the day.
Anaphasic energy is extremely unstable. It needs an organic host in order to maintain molecular cohesion.
Why is she behaving this way? Molecular cohesion!
She then finally has enough of all this nonsense and just shoots the alien. I don't know why no one thought of doing that until now. At the end of the episode, we come back to Beverly and find that she is actually quite sad without her ghost friend. Because underneath all the murder, assault, forced resurrection, and really loud noises, he was actually quite a nice man.
Whatever else he might have done, he made her very happy.
And then the ship sails off into the night. Darkness. Space! Captain's log, stardate 420-BL4-ZE. It appears that I've mostly recovered from being electrocuted by that evil space ghost alien. It of course wasn't nearly as bad as the time I was tortured for 30 days, or forcefully mutated, when I got brain damage, was impaled through the heart again.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I've gone completely insane after the 5 or 6 emotional breakdowns I've had over the years. In the next episode, we'll be taking a look at Voyager, which I'm told by everyone is the worst Star Trek of this era. So hopefully there'll be a gem there to talk about. But in the meantime, computer, TL Grey hot. See you next time. Got me in the ear. This video with all its...
Oh, man. Never get tired of watching that. Never get tired. Right, well, so, again, like I said, if there is time in post-editing, that I discover that I can fit it in, because at this rate, the montage ain't gonna be in this video. Not on this rate, I don't think. I will fit in this next video. And what it is, actually, no. What I'll do is this. If I have time, I'll leave it in. If not, you'll see me again literally right in a second. And I'll explain what it is if I leave it in. So, to wrap this whole video up, and I need to because this video is now about 3 hours long. To wrap this whole video up, I'm gonna show you guys a few sneak peeks of completed scenes from Star Trek Morningstar. So, as I've mentioned before, Star Trek Morningstar has been progressing nicely. The auditions are almost complete. Just a few more that need to be done. You just need to get them out there. And what's happened is a few scenes that I wanted to test out, see how well they worked, in the way that I imagine them to be. And when I find it, and I want to give you a peek. So both of them involve my character, Captain Michael Hunter, and the character of the first officer, Commander Uno, portrayed by the brilliant Judy Hackett. First scene I'll show you is from season 1, and the second one is from season 2. So this is the first one.
Hey, how are you? What's that music?
That, my Vulcan Angel, is the sound of something that unfortunately has been losing popularity over the last couple of centuries. It's called a sea shanty. No one has been able to identify exactly when it originates from, but it first emerged around the 19th century and was used as work songs on old wooden ocean boats. So someone would start singing one of these songs and it would give the people working on deck a steady beat to work to. As time passed on, they became not just work songs, but songs that people sang just for the fun of it. And they were sung by a lot of folk music bands. For example, I can name one of many great folk bands that sung this sort of stuff, that one being the Longest Johns. The music playing is from a playlist of sea shanty music I had the computer put together. The one you heard when you came in was a song called Wellerman, and the one you're hearing now is called Wayfaring Stranger.
It's surprisingly nice. I mean, given the time we're in where we have these electronically made songs with heavy beats to them. I think I noticed that the Wellerman song, that didn't seem to have any instruments in it.
A lot of those songs didn't. A lot of them are purely a cappella songs.
I like it. In an odd way, it's very calming.
Yeah, it is.
So, apart from listening to some very nice old music, how you doing?
Oh, well, let's see. Still trying to recover from what happened last week with Jennifer. Trying to understand James's point of view, and trying to understand why Starfleet picked me for this mission.
So, not too good then?
Not really, no.
Well, I'm not surprised you're still thinking about what Jennifer did. She hit you where it hurt. I wasn't expecting you to get over it very quickly.
True. That's not something I was going to forget overnight.
And I can give you a reason why Starfleet chose you for this mission.
I'm listening. Go on.
It's because you're very persuasive.
Really? You think I'm that persuasive?
I mean, you did get me to be in a relationship with you. If that's not persuasion, then I don't know what is.
True.
Although I have heard how stubborn the Nimbrans can be, and getting them to leave seems a bit of a tall order.
I know. I'll figure something out. I just hope I can figure it out soon enough.
You will. I'm sure of it.
Thanks. I love you.
I love you too.
So that was the first one. Now, that intro obviously is a few things that are missing and stuff. A few things that have changed since I made that scene, but that's just like an idea of what it's gonna be like when it's actually there. That's sort of what I'm going for. And then the second one, which is from season 2, the episode I'm currently writing actually. This was a scene that I written I'd written it. Let's think. I'd written it a while ago, and it was sort of one of those things. This was more of an opener I wanted, but I wasn't too sure where I was going to go. So I wrote it, copied it to a separate document to where I originally written it. Kept it there until I was like, okay, this is the episode where I'm going to have that, and then I copied it back in. So this is from season 2, episode 13.
What on Earth? Well, this is new. What's that sound? Sounds like it's getting closer. What the blazes?!
Una, are you okay?
I think so.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't hear you come in.
Clearly.
I'm betting by that look on your face that you have a few questions.
You could say that.
Well, why don't you hop on in and I'll explain.
Okay. Is it safe?
Perfectly. No need to worry. So, what do you want to ask me first?
Where do I start? Okay, where are we exactly, apart from being in what looks to be the countryside?
You're right about being in the countryside. We are on a small continent called Britain on Earth.
Wow. It's beautiful. I've not seen much of Earth. I really wasn't comfortable traveling that far outside the academy. But at some point, I think I'd like to see more.
Perhaps I'll take you one day. Okay, so what's your next question?
Okay, so it's a type of vehicle and looks vaguely familiar, but that's about it. What are we in?
I am so glad you asked. This is the Aston Martin DB5.
Right. I'm going to need some more.
Really? I thought you had an interest in history.
It's only a hobby. There are things I've read into more, it's just that cars weren't one of them.
Okay, well, this car was made in 1963 by a company called Aston Martin. It's an evolution of the final series of DB4, which was one of the previous models.
So Aston Martin is the brand, and DB5 is the model?
Exactly.
So was it like a really famous car on Earth?
Not the most famous, but it was one of the more well-known cars, thanks to its appearance in an old spy action movie franchise called the James Bond.
That's where I recognized this car from. When I saw it, it looked familiar, but I couldn't figure out why. But now I know. So, how fast does this thing go?
Well, stock. Top speed is about 143 miles per hour, but after a little tweaking, 182 miles an hour.
That sounds like a large improvement. So, what did you do to it?
Just gave it a few engine upgrades, but not too much. The sound that Aston Martins give off is beautiful. I didn't want to change that.
You could have just asked the computer to alter the sound of the engine.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be genuine. It would be fake. And I know, we're on a holodeck, everything is fake, but I want the engine and the sound to match. It wouldn't be right if I put a racing V12 in here and made it sound like the original thing.
You really do like this stuff, don't you?
Hell yeah, I do. So, you know how much power this thing has. But are you ready to feel it?
Sure.
Hold on to your seat.
Holy jeez! Oh my god! Like I said, I'm no expert in cars, but by the looks of things, this car should not speed up that fast.
Well, you're not wrong. There are a few things I've added that make this thing go like a fucking rocket.
What's that?
a few engine and transmission tweaks, and a little engine tuning to increase acceleration, thereby getting the car to its top speed quicker.
Fucking hell!
Bridge to Uno. Bridge to Uno.
Is that Reynolds? Oh shit, yeah. Stop the car. Stop the car. Holy shit.
You okay there?
I think so. More or less?
Commander Uno, please respond.
You better get that before he gets pissed.
Unor here. Sorry for the delayed response.
No problem. Have you talked to the captain yet?
Oh, right, yeah. No, but I am with him. Stand by.
Forget to tell me something?
Michael, Starfleet is requesting to speak with you on subspace. They say it's urgent.
Understood. I better get up to the bridge then.
Unor to Reynolds. Tell Command he'll speak with them shortly.
Aye.
Right, well, that's me done for today. Would you like to stick around and have a go?
I'm alright, thanks.
Fair enough. Computer! Restore to last saved point and end program. And then without the theme obviously. But so with that scene there, I kind of, my inspiration for that scene was kind of to integrate like some of my interest for cars, and again my interest in sea shanty music, because the Hog-Eye Mansion from The Longest Johns works so well, I think, as like a fast car scene, like fast car scene music and stuff. I think it really works really well. And I'm hoping from the live video I made earlier about the Longest Johns live video too, they've been releasing videos of the Hog-Eye Man from that show, and when they did the O2 Academy, that speed they did it at it was faster than normally, but it was perfect for this. So I'm hoping if they release that like they have the other songs they've done recently, and if they do, I'm gonna use it in that. But anyway, that's that. I just wanted to show you those two clips because there's something that once I made them, I was like, that is so cool. I love that so much, and it just really brings to light what this series will be like and how it'll be structured and stuff. And yeah, so I like it. Correction. You are not all done. There's one thing you have vitally missed out, which leaves me to step in and, talk about it. Hi there, it's me. The next day from when the rest of this video was filmed. Now, as I just said there, past me is wrong. There was something that he left out. I'm surprised that I left it out because it's something I'm quite proud of, and it's quite, generally a big thing for me, so I'm just gonna not only mention it now, but also round the video off here instead of letting him do it, because why not? So the thing I missed and forgot to mention is a piece of work that I did for my college. It was the final year of college, and it was the final major project, the final, like the one, like the last piece of work I would ever make for college ever. So I know I mentioned earlier in the video that one of my college projects, I made a massive cinematic video first from Star Trek Online for one of my final major projects. That was the second year. What we're about to watch is not only the final major project from the third year, but it's something that I really love. Now, like the last two clips I showed you, this is related to Star Trek Morningstar, my audio series. And I don't know if I've ever said this or said this on video, or on the channel. But when I started my audio series, my ideal dream is to have it as an actual motion picture, to actually film it with cameras and like actually have like actors on screen. But to do that, you need to have money to pay for set design and production crews and all that stuff. I don't have that kind of money, so obviously, instead I have had to settle with it being audio based. But this next video, the last video we're gonna watch in this video, is the last project I ever did for college, and it is as close as I'm gonna get, for the time being, to being on camera and performing a scene written in the timeline universe of Star Trek Morningstar. It's a little short episode featuring a friend of mine from college playing the role of director James Garner, and my good buddy Jen Rhodes, who plays the role of his original character, Captain Gabriel Carver. Let's watch. Captain's log, stardate 83986.45. Whilst the Morningstar is in dry dock having some minor repairs done, Admiral Mineo has requested I sit down with Director Garner and discuss the current Klingon and Nausicaan situation. And to help us, as the Venture is here at Space Dock as well, I've asked Captain Carver to come and give us a hand. Well, that's troubling.
You can say that again.
Is there anything to suggest the Klingons are advancing and planning a surprise attack?
I'm afraid not, but even if they were, it would be a pretty stupid move to make, especially this early.
How exactly?
The Klingons have just come out of a civil war. They still don't have a full fleet of ships yet. There's no way in hell they'd survive an all-out assault. They may be able to attack a Federation supply post or Federation colony, but even that would be risky.
That would explain why they're only doing border skirmishes. James, have you found anything more on the Norseman's new weapon? The NPWs, I believe the name Starfleet's using.
Not yet. I've been pretty busy with the Klingons, as well as running a few errands for Starfleet now that they know I'm an option. I haven't been able to look into the Nausicans. I have assigned a few agents to look into it, but I haven't heard anything.
Well, on the plus side, I hear Starfleet Research and Development have been working around the clock to boost shield output in order to combat the Nausicans' new weapons. Because of that, though, they're saying that the Morning Star's the only ship with shields good enough to take it. At least that's what Maine's telling me. Not sure how true it actually is.
It's true. Stella sometimes gets called back to South Engineering to help out with projects here and there, every now and then. A lot of the time is to help with projects pertaining to the Morning Star, obviously. However, he tells me that R&D are looking into ways of helping older ships combat the new weapon.
Well, as I mentioned, Starfleet has me running all sorts of errands at the moment, and the Klingons to deal with as well, so I'm going to go and continue with that.
Alright, James. See you later.
Goodbye, Director. So, do you think this Nausicaan problem's a standalone thing? Or some sort of Klingon plot?
I honestly have no bloody clue. I hope it's a standalone issue, because if it's not, then it's just more shit out of the fucking pile.
Well, here's a relevant question for you. How are you?
Can I tell you as a friend, off duty?
Of course.
I'm not good, man. I'm fucking struggling. It takes so much to hide the hurt when I'm on duty. To hide the fact that I hate that Uno is not there next to me. I just don't know how long I can keep this up for.
Remind me, how long have you been hiding it exactly?
About a week now, I think. Why?
Let me tell you something. You say you don't know if you can keep this up. You've been at it a week now. I know there have been instances where things haven't panned out for you, but do you know how I know you aren't going to give in?
Please, enlighten me.
Your love for her. That's what's keeping you going. Because, not to be harsh, but if you didn't love her as much as you do, if you hadn't given her that promise, you'd probably have given in already.
Ow. Thanks.
Like I said, I don't mean to be harsh.
I mean, you may have a point. I only say that because you're not the first person to give me a pep talk about Uno. James came to me the other day and told me that if Uno could talk, she'd tell me to stop spending so much of my off hours going to see her, and spend more of them, or all of them, being on the bridge, being the captain. She knows I am.
He's got a point.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right, I've got to head off. Venture's been assigned to escort an Andorian freighter convoy. Goodbye, Hunter.
Alright. See you around. Computer, play Wayfaring Stranger by Longlist Jones.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, toil, or danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to see my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will hover on me. I know my path is rough and steep, but golden fields lie out before me, where weary eyes no more shall weep. I'm going.
I fucking love that. I really do. I just can't really put into words how awesome it was to do that. By the time I'd written that, I was right. I think I was, well, I say I was somewhat halfway through, if not like in the first, almost halfway through writing season 2 of the audio series. And I read and I'd gone through. I recorded all my dialogue lines. I'd gone through all my stuff, all the lines and stuff, and it just. I mean, reading them alone sounds. Just reading the scripts through myself alone sounds cool. It just sounds awesome. And then doing that was just amazing. I loved it. That has got to be, I think, my favorite video of the year. It's got to be because it's awesome. It's brilliant. The good thing is that I am doing it again. I'm not gonna say what it is. What I will say is that I'll be doing a All I will say is that I'll be on camera in front of a green screen, playing the role of Captain Michael Hunter, for a project that the Jed is working on. Don't want to say what it is because I'll probably be reacting to it and linking it and whatnot when the time comes. I just thought I'd let you know as something that's in the works. Anyway, now that everything is covered now, and I mean that everything. There isn't anything else that I needed to cover or wanted to particularly cover. It's just that one video I had to have in here, in this video especially. If I didn't, it would have been stupid. I would have been dumb. I would have been an idiot. I would have been stupid. That video deserves time in this review video. It deserves time because it was the work that's put into it, and everything else is just And then the reason I will say, and then the only reason that video was so good was because it was made at college. I was able to use college resources. I used a Blackmagic camera. I used like proper massive LED lights to fill everything in. It was brilliant. It was amazing, and it was really cool to do. Anyway, I will now end that video there because, like I said, that is all I want to talk. I covered everything I wanted to cover now. All that's left to say is thank you. Thank you all for watching this video, especially if you've gotten to this far in the video. Because I know I probably said earlier in the video that I'll try and keep this below an hour. However, I've come to the conclusion and the realization with these videos that there is no way in hell I'm keeping this sort of shit below an hour. There's no way in hell. Like this stuff takes probably at least a good 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours at least, I'd say. There's no way I'm keeping these sort of videos short. And to be honest, I realized I shouldn't need to do that because it should be. It's a video that talks about and reviews the channel over the year, and many things can happen in a year. So I realize that I probably shouldn't be just short just because of fear of people not wanting to watch all the way through. If you watch all the way through, thank you. It means a lot that you've been watched all the way through. Means that you, in one way or another, or for many reasons it means that for one reason among many you care about the channel and are interested to see what I've got to say about it or whatever. But thank you in any case if you have gotten this far. It means a lot. If you've enjoyed any of my videos over the year, or any of the videos in general on the channel, then please do go and have a look at them and give them a like and a comment. I've got over 200 videos on my channel the last time I checked, and so there's plenty there to see. If you're watching this video and you are either a newcomer, this is the first video you're watching, and if this is the first video of me you're watching and you've gotten this far, you've watched all the way through this video. Thank you. That means a lot that this is the first time you're seeing me and you put up with me for this long. I've got a whole channel worth of videos if you want to have a look at them. And if you like them enough, just consider subscribing to the channel. To all those that have seen my channel once or twice and come back every now and then but aren't subscribed, if you do want to consider subscribing. I mean, you're coming back, so obviously I'm doing something right, aren't I? But yeah, subscribe to the channel, Sergeant Beckett. If you'd like, if you're interested to see what else I do, then if you look in the link in the description, if you look in the description, there's a link to my link tree. In that link tree, you'll find a dozen other places that I am on the internet that you can see what else I do. But again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and thank you all so much for watching the channel over the year and in general as well, as long as it's been around. This is the last you'll be seeing. You'll be seeing my face for this year. There will be a video later on in the day, which will be the video montage, which will be probably something along the lines of top 10 videos that I've done, or top 10 popular videos I've done, with a few honorable mentions here and there. But until then, that's the last from me like this. So thank you all for watching. I shall see you next year. See you then.